Hey everybody, it's a little Titan here. It's T-Rex Snaps. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I am actually in the Walmart parking lot, our local Walmart parking lot, and I want to do this video real quick because I was in Walmart to film a video for you guys, and it got a little weird when I started to film, and they were like looking at the camera like, this is weird. But I ran into a manager at Walmart, and the reason why I was in here was because I saw a news article that there's all these amazing deals at Walmart because of supply chain issues, and I thought it was probably clickbait. So I went in there because the article was about these $1 items, $1, $1. And they were showing clothing that were normally, $12, $15, $19, and they were marked down to $1. I'm like, this would be great for the side hustle course, how to arbitrage, go to Walmart, buy things for $1, sell them for $5, $10, literally 5 or 10x your money, right? But I went in there and I ran into a manager, literally unpacking massive amounts of clothes. And I wanted to ask her some questions. So I went in there and talked to her. And here, let me just give you an idea of what's. So this is parking lot, Sunday morning. It's pretty empty, which is expected, right? That's to be expected. Hopefully by flipping the camera around, it doesn't glitch out the audio. Sorry guys if it does, but the parking lot's not really that full. But we're in a situation where there's more inventory. And I did a story a couple weeks ago about how our local Walmart expanded its footprint and essentially added 25% more square footage on the back of the store, started a bigger shipping and receiving area, but like pallet racks, massive pallet racks to the ceiling for excess inventory, right? And I know that there are other Walmarts that already have them. Ours did not. Ours used Connex boxes in the back. Well, now there's more and more, you know, stuff coming in from China that they don't know what to do with. And I was walking around and there is a massive amount of um, clearance items, right? But nothing really that impressive, quite frankly. So I talked to this manager and I said, hey, are you, I saw this story about $1 items in Walmart and I want to see if there's anything. Can I find out where your clearance section is? She goes, well, it's all over, but the one aisle is located over here in your hardware. Go check that out. And I said, hey, you don't mind, can I ask you a couple questions about what's going on with the supply chain and what you see? And she goes, yeah. She was actually out of breath and she was really trying to move product. And I said, what is it with the clearance section and how are you guys dealing with all this excess, these inflows? She goes, well, let me, and right in front of me is a clearance rack of clothes. So look at this. I have to get rid of this. I need the space right now. And she's pointing to this massive stack of boxes of clothing that are on a dolly. She goes, and there's more where that came from in the back. I have no place to put it. But Walmart won't let me mark it down. And I said, why? And she said the term, we spend too much. We spend too much. And I said, what do you mean you spend too much? And she goes, well, we only have the ability to mark down so many items. Because every time we mark it down, it's like we're spending money. Okay. We're trying to manage the goods on the floor and we are trying to get them out the door. But we can't just mark everything down. She goes, if I could, and she pointed at this, she goes, I'd mark this down to $1 right now. And as of filming this, that rack of clothing was marked down on clearance to $11.99. Or was it $9.99? Something like that. But it was around $10 each, right? She goes, I'd mark this down to $1. I need this space right now for all this new stuff. She goes, but the thing is, every time I mark it down, it's like we spent money. We cost the company money by marking it down just to make space for all this other stuff they're giving us. And I thought that was really interesting. And I said, so you have, let me guess, you have from my past in retail, you have so many every week you're allowed to mark something down a little bit more and a little bit more to justify it. She goes, yes, but we're still limited on the dollars that we can mark things down. And I found that to be very, very interesting. And I think it's something that stores do not want you to know. Um, Ironically, it's funny because stores like to hide their clearance items, right? Because they want to put them in the back. They always put them in the back because they want you to pay full price rather than pay for the sales. The problem is on the flip side, stores like Walmart, Target, Osh, name one, are getting so much inventory right now. They've got to get rid of it to put the new stuff in. As a matter of fact, I just saw at Walmart, they have got 4 aisles completely dedicated to Halloween stuff right now. 4 aisles. You go right 4 aisles over, there's 5 aisles that they're packing right now full of Christmas stuff, showing that they have so much inventory. They got to get that stuff out now as soon as possible to free up that space. You haven't even gotten through the Halloween time and you're already selling Christmas stuff. Let me know in the comment section if that's happening where you are. But again, I found it very interesting to think that Walmart is tying the hands of these managers. They're giving them all this inventory that's now not being sold because we are moving into an economic crisis, right? Of straight up what I believe to be a depression. And there's so much problems with this inventory supply. Now it's this bottleneck because the corporations, just like we talked about in the car industry, the banks don't want to give up these cars that they repoed for less than what they think they're worth. The problem is they're not selling. So pretty soon you're about to see a deluge. And this is why I said it's the greatest time ever to start a side hustle and start making money now, because when the day comes that Walmart goes, the heck with it, sell it all for $1. Sell this whole aisle for $1. We need the space or donate it. That is when you're going to be able to go in there, take and buy up an entire aisle of stuff, and then turn around and sell it for $4 each, $5 each, maybe $10. Point is that you're expanding your money. And because you were watching this scenario play out in real time and waiting and getting to know these managers. The manager I spoke to was very kind, obviously did not want to come on camera because in fear for her job. I totally understand that. But very forthcoming with information. And I think it's very, very interesting where we're at right now in this cycle of companies fighting the fact that economic collapse is happening, and that because of inflation, people are spending less money. So they're not going and buying that stuff. They'll buy it at $1, but they won't buy it at $10. And the company is fighting that fact. And I think that is very, very exciting. But I wanted to, show you what's going on here in my local area, and I'll do some more videos outside. Let me know if there's stores you want me to go check out, because I think it's very interesting and it's very good to know, like what's happening in a store in California as opposed to what's going on in a store, let's say in Louisiana or New York or Michigan. I think it's very interesting. So put in the comment section what's going on at your local Walmarts, at your local Targets, your retail centers. I want to know what's going on. I really think this is a fascinating story, and to be able to document this collapse as it's happening and encourage you to go out and make extra money. That's when I started my side hustle, was in the start of the recession, the Great Recession, and I made so much money because people weren't thinking, they were just thinking like, oh, everything's going to crap, it's always going to be like this, but it's not. Take advantage of these big companies making missteps with their not only their inventory, but how they deal with their employees and their policies and procedures. Turn that into your advantage, and not it's not a bad thing. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.